Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers, we are here in the heart of nature, baby. Such a beautiful day. Give thanks for the birds up there. But are you awakening right now? Is your third eye popping open right now? Are you an indigo right now? Are you highly awake? And are things starting to happen? Well, things that happen when you're highly awake. Deep divers, let's just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Do you want to know what happens to you when you are highly awake? Now, I've been inspiring millions for a long time with the help of the cat down the road, and I'm highly awake. And there are many things happening to me every single day. So many things happening to me every single day. And you might be going through this. Well, you're not crazy. You're just highly awake. And right now on the planet, there is a massive shift happening, a huge awakening happening in so many people's lives. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? So deep divers, let me just start with this, that if you are highly awake, congratulations. If you're not highly awake, it's okay. But let me share with you things that happened to me that reminded me I was highly awake. What happens to you when you are highly awake? It starts with this. I started my awakening many years ago, and for the first time I started to realize how fake society was. In other words, I started to realize the Maya, what they called in the Indus Valley, the illusion world. And this was when I was like 15 years old. I had my first awakening, but I actually thought I was going crazy. And for a lot of us who are awakening at such a young age, like me when I was 15, it can become very overwhelming. Many times, because you don't fit into society, you think there's something wrong with you when you think there's something wrong with you when in actuality, there's something wrong with society. Slow motion this side. Things that happen to you when you're highly awake. It's hard to fit in. It's hard to be normal. And that's what it was like for me. I'm like, why do I have all of these thoughts? Why am I questioning? Why am I diving deep every single day? Why are so many people living on the surface? And many times we have a disbelief, we have this overwhelming feeling. What really helped me deep dive was to realize this. What really helped me deep divers was to realize this, that you know you're highly awake when you have one awakening after another. So my first mini awakening was to realize it's all an illusion. But then my second awakening was to realize actually it's all beautiful, because life is what we make it. And we can choose to live in our own truth and allow other people to live in theirs. Slow motion this side. Okay? Things that happen when you're highly awake. What happened to me, beautiful deep divers, because I know a lot of you are awakening right now, is that you feel highly sensitive to all the energy around you. I'm a Pisces, okay? So I'm a natural empath. But in actuality, that's the gift. That's why I can inspire so many millions of people. So many times when you are highly awake, you become even more sensitive. You become hypersensitive. You can feel other people's energy as soon as you walk in the room. You can feel like the cat down the road from like a mile away. Okay? You feel into everything. And it's actually a gift. But it can be overwhelming at first, because many times if you are in a job that's not serving you, you will really feel it. Okay? But if you're highly awake, you shouldn't really be there. If you are around bad energy, you feel it instantly. If you're in a relationship, you know if this person is good for you or not. So you become highly sensitive. And that's a great gift, but it's a gift which you have to learn how to use. You see, I always say sensitivity is a gift of awareness. Slow motion this side. Things that happen to you when you're highly awake. Deep divers, what helped me along my journey was to realize this. I retired from society. A normal life is boring, okay? I've worked in so many jobs I can't even begin to explain, but I actually retired young. I retired really young. Like at 21, I'm like, I'm out of here. I retire. And then I just ended up in nature. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Okay? That's what happened to me. That's why I'm moving mountains. Because I realized that so many of us are living a lie every single day. You're trying to keep up an appearance, you're trying to keep up an image on social media, but that's not really who you are. Okay? Because I've met you. So I started to realize, why am I gonna live a fake life? It's time to get real, incredibly real. And then I just retired from society. I'm like, I'm not gonna even bother trying to fit in. I'm not even gonna bother trying and fit into society, because I know this society is not really heart-based, it's ego-based. However, I'm gonna create a new society with other kindred spirits, and that's what I'm doing on Infinite Waters, connecting with you beautiful deep divers, right? So if you don't feel you belong in this world, it's because you came here to establish a new one. Slow motion this side. That's what happens to you when you're highly awake. You retire from society. You hang up your gloves and you're like, I'm finished. But you're now just starting to build the new world. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing every single day. Things that happen to you when you're highly awake. Deep divers. Every single day I'm full of gratitude to realize that life in itself is a huge gift. It's a miracle. I'm happy to be alive. And then I go on Google and I'm like, let me check for a beautiful off-the-grid spot, a retirement home off the grid, so I can just chill with the cat down the road and my lover and beautiful deep divers, okay? That's what happens when you are highly awake. You start looking for other places to live which are in more harmony with nature. A lot of people I know diving deep over the years, deep divers who are highly awake, are living in very eco-therapeutic places, nature spaces, by the beach, on a farm, in the countryside, because these are people who have chosen to live in an environment that's good for their mental, emotional, and physical health. That's what I do. That's why every single day, deep divers, I'm just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I'm in the heart of nature. I'm traveling to the best nature spaces in the world, and I'm setting up a tent there. That's what happens when you're highly awake. You're like, I need to get off the grid, because a lot of these cities are there to program you, are there to keep you dumbed down, are there to keep you in the matrix. And therefore, as you are awakening into higher consciousness, moving to the 5th, 6th, and 7th dimension, a lot of the times when you are highly awake, you're looking for a perfect spot off the grid. Less people, more cats. Things that happen to you when you're highly awake. Deep divers, what's helped me along my journey, what's helped me, 7-day vegan challenge, is that you start to lean towards more plant-based foods. Okay, that's what did it for me. I started to realize that as I was becoming more highly awakened, I didn't want to harm any life forms whatsoever. And that's why I've been a vegan for over 13 years, because it's not just about looking good, getting a six-pack. No, it's about protecting other life forms. Over 64 billion animals are killed every single year. So I started to realize that peace must begin on your plate. Slow motion this side. And that's why I'm always going to talk about it. I'm always going to talk about the wonderful transformations I've experienced embracing the plant-based diet. Waking up to goji berry smoothies with strawberries inside and crushed blueberries inside, full of vitamin C. This is what I love. But as I was awakening more, I started to realize that the reason why the planet is on a very low frequency, because once again, you got to remind yourself, there was a time in ancient Kemet or ancient Egypt, we were living in the golden age, okay? We had advanced technology. We were creating pyramids, which they can't create today, only because of a higher consciousness through our relationship to better food. Food is information by respecting all animals. That's why they even found out, archaeologists found out that ancient Egyptians were vegetarians. Have you ever wondered why they praise the cow? Hathor. All over India, they also praise the cow. Now, if you're killing the cow, you're disrespecting your mother. Slow motion this side. But it's okay, because once again, I'm no saint. I used to love eating processed meats, all of that stuff. Processed meats, junk food, McDonald's, all of that stuff. But as I was awakening, all of that stuff had to go. Get out of here. And then I started to embrace the plant-based diet. You see, a lot of people who are vegan aren't being vegan to look good or be slim. They're vegan, they're eating the plant-based lifestyle, they're raw foodists because it's another level of consciousness. In other words, awareness. And now you're moving to the next level. Things that happen to you when you're highly awake. Deep divers. So, I always say, people are always like, Ralph, you're so smart. I'm like, that's my name, Ralph Smart. But I'm still learning. Slow motion this side. I'm still learning. Because as you are awakening, you realize all you know is how much you don't know. And there is always more to learn. There is always more to explore. There is always more growth to occur inside of yourself. You see, every single day, I'm allowing myself to be human. That's what happens when you're highly awake. You realize it's not always about being positive all the time. It's about allowing yourself to express any emotion you're feeling at that specific time. You can be angry if you want, you can be sad, you can be joyous. You have to allow yourself to be human. However, you also have to start realizing that you are responsible for your emotions. You are responsible for your thoughts, and you are responsible for your actions. And then when you are highly awake, you start to realize that because of the indoctrination centers, i.e. schools, most of what you have been taught is a complete lie. And therefore, you've got to form your own narrative. And that's what's happening to so many of you beautiful deep divers. You're starting to form your own narrative. And my, oh my, the world is changing. As a Pisces, I already know. I'm a natural psychic. Therefore, the awakening is only going to come more. And that's why you're seeing the disintegration of society, because a new earth is being reborn. Slow motion this side. When you say, I don't know, you create space to know. When you say, I know everything, because for a long time, deep divers, I too thought I knew everything. You can't tell me anything. Then I realized all of his story was actually his story, and I don't know anything. So I had to dive deep. I had to start finding out the truth, and the truth is never ending. Okay, even if you were to pick up a piece of the truth, right? You look at it and you're like, okay, it's just a piece, exactly. It's not the whole truth. It's just a glimpse of it. Things that happen to you when you're highly awake. You stop pretending to be someone you're not. That happened to me. But it didn't happen overnight, because for a long time, deep divers, I was trying to force my foot in there. I was trying to live a life not meant for me. And it was causing a lot of suffering for me. But then I retired from society and I stopped pretending to be someone I'm not. A lot of you right now are in jobs which are not serving you. You're in relationships that are not serving you. You're posting pictures on social media that are not serving you. But I'm not here to judge you because I've been there. And that's why I'm inspiring so many millions of people, because I never judge anybody. You are where you are because that's where you need to be right now. But the more I started to awaken, I started to realize that, oh, I get it. I gotta stop fronting. That's why I only make videos in a very authentic way, because I don't want to show you a fake reality I'm living. I want to show you how I'm actually living. And you've seen my journey, you've had babies to my videos and all of that stuff. And thank you. Okay? So that's the secret, deep divers. It all starts with really realizing that you got to stop fronting. You got to stop living a fake life, and you got to be more real. You got to be more authentic. You got to be more of your core frequency. And that's what happens when you are highly awake. You don't want to be anything but authentic. Things that happen when you're highly awake. You lose interest for mundane conversations in the matrix. And that's what happens to a lot of people who are highly awake. We've all got to deal with it. Friends, family, we're going into their world and talking about the news and all of these things, but after a while, it becomes exasperating. Many people who are highly awake disconnect. Shout out to all you beautiful indigos and crystals. Disconnect from the mainstream. And that's why a lot of the times when you're highly awake, people are like, did you see what happened? Or did you hear what happened? And you're like, what happened? Because I've been like sunbathing on the beach right now. It's not that you're disconnected from society, it's just that you're so invested in creating a new one where our children can actually grow and realize they are multidimensional beings having a human experience. Right now on the planet, it's time to wake up. It doesn't mean it's time to be perfect. It doesn't mean it's time to be so righteous and so perfect. And so, no, you can be human. You can embrace your dark side. You can embrace your light side, your positive side, your negative side. However, it's really time to be free. Things that happen to you when you're highly awake. Many times what happens, deep divers, we embrace love, not fear. Love sets you free and fear keeps you in bondage. Love transforms you and fear keeps you in the same state. Love expands you and fear constricts you. So, many times when you are highly awake, you're now letting love guide you and not fear. Slow motion this side. You see, as I was awakening, I started to realize, let me see if I can create a positive channel that can get over 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. That was all my thing. Let me just see that if it's possible, because a lot of people are drawn to negativity. Then I started to see that the world is ready for it. And this is a confirmation with over 1.3 million subscribers. The change is here. It's a whole new world we're living in, and people are starting to let love guide them, not fear. Fear is the low vibration, love is the high vibration. And when you're highly awake, you stop listening to false news, media that doesn't serve you. You stop listening to false news, media that does not serve you, and you start really going on the journey within. Many people who are highly awake, it's all about the inner experience as opposed to just the outer experience. It's all about the relationship you have with yourself as opposed to the relationship just with society. It's about going on the journey within. It's about knowing who you are. That in itself is a long life quest, which I and the cat down the road are on every single day. But it's a beautiful feeling because that bird up there is like, I agree, Ralph. It's definitely going on the journey within. It's a whole new world, new times we're living in, new revelations every single day. Because if you're highly awake, what happens is that you are starting to see the greater truth of who you are. Not the truth society has told you are, not the truth your family has told you are, but the truth you are now exploring. the truth you are now discovering, the truth that is now being revealed to you by you. What? Slow motion this side. Things that happen to you when you're highly awake. You let go of toxic relationships, even though you still might be in a relationship and it's not perfect, because there is no perfect relationship, but you know your worth now. And you're all about finding somebody who resonates with you in the heart. You're not settling for a crappy relationship because you don't want to be alone. You now know your worth. Things that happen to you when you're highly awake. Helping others. Shout out to all you indigos and starseeds who are really helping people all the time. The universe will take care of you, just like it took care of me. I'm already living in abundance every single day. Life is fantastic. Only because I've been helping a lot of people. I entered the law of exchange, enriching other people's lives, impacting other people's lives in a positive way. That's what happens when you're highly awake. You just want to share. You just want to heal. You just want to help people. It's not just about you anymore. It's about the collective. And that's why when you're highly awake, you get the sharing virus, which is a beautiful one. It's actually the only good one. You want to help people. You get the sharing bug. It's contagious. Catch it, right? You get the helping bug. You want to see other people make it. You want to see other people grow. You want to see other people feed their families. Things that happen to you when you're highly awake. You learn how not to take yourself so seriously all the time. Why so serious? Okay? You learn how to relax a bit. You learn that you can be yourself and still make it. When you're highly awake, you start to realize all there is energy. That's all there is. Vibrational fields of energy. Nothing is actually solid. It's all just vibrating energy. So, when you're highly awake, you get new insights, new perspectives, and you allow yourself to be yourself 100%. When you're highly awake, you love yourself. When you're highly awake, you accept yourself. And then you just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Beautiful deep divers, you are amazing. We're just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Shout out to everybody who's been getting the good ass prana shirts. ralphsmart.com/clothes. When you're highly awake, you start breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Get more inspiration. Head to Instagram at Infinite Waters. Follow us there. And wonderful deep divers, just to say you are appreciated, you are amazing. Have a beautiful day, deep divers. Infinite Waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. When you're highly awake, everything becomes new.